Whoa! Welcome back, everybody. We are now going to tackle Farron Keep, which is a lot of people's least favorite part of the entire game. It's a giant swamp, very easy to get lost, and there are items everywhere. So if you're following me along, just try to follow my movements as accurately as you can. First, we're going to come to the right when you exit and around. So about this swamp is that it causes poison buildup. So you can feel free to change your equipment to some poison resistant gear. But what I've found is that you're gonna get poisoned either way. Unequip that. And we can unequip the torch too while we're at it. You're gonna get poisoned pretty much anyway. So I find it best, since we are gonna be doing some fighting, to just keep your best armor on so that you're not weakening yourself against the enemies, because the poison is very, very slow. And as long as you've got about 6 Estus flasks, which you should, then you should be able to fight through the poison until you hit each bonfire from here on out. So with that in mind, there are some things I'm going to change, like I can change this to the poison bite ring. And if you want, you can change your shield to the spider shield, which increases poison resistance. It has a secret ability, but does not have 100% physical damage absorption, so it's up to you. With that in mind, first come to the right and grab this, which cures poison. So we're actually, for this area only, going to equip that to our quick item bar. And then there's another item outwards into the swamp. So run in, grab it, and at a certain point you will slow down to a crawl, and so you have to roll to make any progress. See, we're gonna get poisoned. So you can use a purple moss clump if you want, or you can save them. But we get the Iron Flesh Pyromancy, which is pretty good. It greatly increases physical damage resistance, but makes you walk very, very slowly, and it makes it so you can't roll. Alright. We got some giant slugs here. Let's go ahead and take care of them. They like to spit poison at you. And then around the corner from the entrance, there are 4 slugs and an item. And now the idea is we have to light 3 flames in order to open the door towards the boss. And if you follow these little pyres here, they will lead you to the 3 flames. So, first come out to this first island. Let's go and kill this guy. Not going to kill every slug, but we are going to kill those 4. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. In order to kill all of them, we're just trying to get that Titanite shard. And then we're going to run across and grab that item. Best to probably go from here. And it's up to you, again, if you want to wait for the poison resistance to die all the way down, although that takes a little bit of patience. Now that my poison's all the way down, let's get a move on. And grab this Estus shard. Hooray! And then sprint back. And now we're going to sprint to the next island to grab this. Before we head up these stairs, which leads to the first fire, we got a couple more items we want to get, namely this on the left. from here, be somewhat careful as we move forward. There is a tower on the other side of these trees with a dark wraith in them. So I'm going to wait for the poison to die down. And then I'm going to sprint to grab this item. And then continue to sprint forward, and you'll find an island with said dark wraith. Uh-oh. It's got that 4-hit combo you want to be careful for. Ooh, we got lucky, and we were able to make it back before our poison filled up. Look at that. So I'm going to wait for it to die down now. Okay, let's heal up. Ooh, he dropped a dark sword. That's pretty good. And then in the tower that he was protecting, is a sage's coal, which will open up more infusions for us. So now backtrack all the way to those stairs. Just stick to the wall here on the left and you'll be able to find it easily enough. And then be careful as we head up because we have a new enemy on our right, known as a Gru. It's a very bestial enemy that attacks very quickly and deals poison damage, but is nothing too scary. You've got a spear wielder walking away from us and a dagger coming up to the side. Ow. They can get backstabbed. And we find our first flame. So extinguish that, and you get a cutscene. After that, leave through the archway, but look to the right to find an item. And then on our way back, head right, or left if you're looking from the archway, to get down to the other side and back into the swamp. Now we're actually going to jut completely right, where you might be able to make it out. Point yourself so that the wall of the area we just climbed down from is on your right, and then sprint straight forward, and you'll find an enemy, but also a bridge that has collapsed that we're going to climb up. I'm going to do this now so I can get better vantage point on this Gru enemy, and so that I'm not getting poisoned as I fight it. Climb up to the top of that for an item. And then straight across from it is another one with an item at the top of that. Very lovely greatsword. You might pull some enemies. So now, again, I'm gonna wait for my poison. So with the poison gone, we can move on. What I like to do is, I've got a game running on my smartphone if you have one, and while I wait for the poison to die down, I play a couple of levels on my phone. But if you curve all the way to the kind of back right here, and you see those square pillars, behind one of them is an item. Which we can grab, and then sprint to the next island. Be careful on this one though, because these are the most difficult versions of the Gru, the standing ones that swipe at you with claws. They're extremely aggressive, more so than any others, and they have a move where they jump on top of you and slash up your face which then powers them up in a sort of blood frenzy. So, approach with caution. In fact, it might behoove you to use fire orbs. So now we're going to move up, grab the item here. And go up the stairs, keeping an eye out for any grue, which are right there. And we get our one item for some more purple moss clumps. And then we can extinguish the second flame. And now we can move on to find a bridge on the left of the flame with 3 grue, 2 of which are sitting. One is a shaman that will spit poison mist at you. So slowly approach, and even when you lock on, you're still too far, so once you see him start moving, you're going to lose the lock on. Just lock on again, and you can usually get him. And now this next one is pretty easy as long as you mind the poison mist, which you can just charge through and take care of him. A poison gem and a rot shield, not bad. And we get our next bonfire. So definitely rest up at this because the next section is very difficult indeed. Difficult enough to where I'm actually going to switch back to my standard shield. Keep on the poison bite ring, but what we're going to have to do, can we see them from here? Yes. Those 3 enemies far off in the distance. You can only see 2 of them right now, and there's a third one behind them. They shoot these skull orb looking things of dark magic that are very good at tracking your location, very difficult to dodge, and they can also slam down at you with their giant tree trunks that they're holding, making this section quite difficult. So to take care of it, step out onto the incline, and we're immediately going to drop down to get this item. And then we're going to sprint forward through the trees. You're going to pull one of the grue that's on all 4s. Oh, well, I was going to say, which is okay. Just keep running and you'll get to dry land on the left. Take it slow so you don't waken that guy. Wait for the grue to finish chasing you, and now we can take on him. There's 2 more on the left. One of which sees you immediately, the other which just stays seated. And we can handle with a fire orb. And in here we have the ever important Sage's Scroll. Make sure you pick this up so that we can get all the sorceries in the game. With that, we're going to wait for our poison to die down, and on the other side of this wall are the 3 giant grues that we're going to try to take on. If you don't like what you see, this part is not necessary. All that this will net you is a poison gem, a hat, and a bow. So if you don't want a particularly good hat or bow or a poison gem, although I think this might be the only poison gem that you find laying around, and since we need it to get all the infusions, this will save you some farming for poison gems later. But you can do that if you so choose. I think you can farm poison gems from the grues that we've just been killing. I already dropped one of them. Already had one drop for me. But with that done, switch over because we're definitely going to want fire orbs, and let's do this. Slowly walk forward because you can get the attention of this one, and when you do, you'll get the attention of the one directly to the right of him. But just spam the button, and you should get him in 3 fire orbs. Again, you will get poisoned. When they get close, back away, try to dodge his skulls. Because you do not want to get hit by one of those tree stomps. There's the black bow of Ferris that I was talking about, and then right here's the last one. Just mash that right bumper. And he drops the hats, and then they're all guarding a poison gem. Oh, and one of them drops something. Ooh, a heavy gem. I'll take it. So now I'm actually not going to cure myself because I'm going to get poisoned here in a second again anyway. So rather than waste the purple moss clump, I'm just going to continue straight forward where we're going to find a giant crab. Now for this fight, if you sprint past the giant crab, there's a yellow birch tree. See, there it is right there, and there's the giant crab. And so we want to take the fight to the birch tree because, as you already know, that signifies some giant arrows there that will help us. So in fact, you can just stand back and let him get peppered. Or when he gets annihilated like that, you can come in for the kill. And now this you do have to do because he drops the lingering dragon crest ring. And near the birch tree are more young white branches, a crown of dusk, soul of a nameless soldier. Out to the side here, one of these is a very important item. Where is it? Or no, I'm thinking of a different area of the swamp. Gold pine bundle. And another soul. Be careful because there's still some grue around here. So with all that taken care of, we can head back to this incline that you see in the distance, which is where we started. Remember, if you're poisoned, to just keep an eye on your health. And now we can rest at the bonfire if you want, but we're coming up on another one very shortly, actually. And this right here is the door that we've been seeing in the cutscenes from extinguishing the flames. Just one more to go. So yeah, this is the incline that was leading off of the bonfire. Come to the right of it, and inside this tower, see there's one up there, are several slugs. So you might want to fill up your FP if you're short. And stand back and pepper them from a distance. Ow. Because there are a lot of them. Luckily they're very slow, so you can just run in and start whacking at them. Be careful when you're dealing with large groups though, because you can get staggered and end up just getting chained hit to death. But there we get an undead bone shard. Huzzah. So come out, there's the incline, and if we continue past the tower, we get a couple of more items and a ladder that we're going to climb up. So take care of the slugs in front of the ladder. Go past it and around this tree towards this island where you have some much needed Estus soup and a sunlight talisman. And on the other side of the island is yet another item. Ooh, perfect. Yes, that's also a very important item. I forgot that's where that was. That's another Covenant item. And so every time you loot one of those, that's less that you have to farm later. So we're definitely going to come to get that every playthrough. I'll wait for my poison to die down just a little bit. It's not going to matter because we're about to get a bonfire, so return back to the ladder and climb up it. Up at the top, there's a few things you want to do before you enter the door there. Come around to the left and up the stairs. And around the corner, in the back of this tower, we find a crystal lizard. Drop some twinkling titanite. And then as you round the corner, look at the walls here. One of them will have a door shape, signifying an illusory wall. Hit that to obtain the Dream Chaser's ashes. And then we can drop down to find the bonfire and a giant wolf. Don't worry, he's friendly. And in fact, when you pray to the old wolf of Farron, you get your next covenant. And a gesture. Asks to join Covenant, and you can join the Watchdogs of Farron. Don't offer any wolf's blood swordgrass just yet. You get your achievement, and now let's return to Firelink Shrine to turn in the Estus Shard and the Undead Bone Shard. Okay.
Just good, wasn't he?
And we can give Cole,
Well, I'd heard was a huge heart.
which now unlocks. What's it unlock? Crystal Infusion, which gets a magic buff and a intelligence scaling buff. You get Blessed, which gives you faith scaling and makes it good against reanimating skeletons. And Poison. No, wait, we've already got Poison, so I think it's just those two. Or is it Deep? I think it might be Deep also. Yeah. So Blessed, Deep, and Crystal. And then we can reinforce the Estus Flask. And where are we at with that? 7 and 3? Yeah, that's what we want. Is that the only one I had? Yeah, okay. Can I upgrade? No. I need 6 large Titanite shards for the next Pyromancy Flame upgrade. What else have we got? I don't think there's anything to talk to. We haven't gotten any... Oh, we gotta give the Sage's Scroll to Orbeck. Make sure you do this because if you beat, I think, the next boss before you give him a scroll, then he leaves Firelink Shrine and becomes unavailable as a sorcery vendor, which means you'll have to wait until the next playthrough to get all the sorceries. So make sure you don't do that.
Oh, you're back again. Let us... Oh my. And the undeadly... Thank you. I doubt I have now.
So you can feel free to learn sorceries from him. We're not going to use any of these. But if you want to go this route, they're all pretty good. Especially if you have the DLC, then Pestilent Mist is almost a must-have for a particular boss, but we're not going to do that, so don't worry about it.
Come again.
If you want, you can feel free to leave in the comments if you want me to do a walkthrough of the DLC. I'd be more than happy to do that. Heck, I might do it anyway. And then we can give the Dream Chaser's ashes to the Shrine Handmaid. You can tell her or say nothing, it doesn't matter. And then let's sell some things. What do we want to sell? We want to sell 1 ember, the gold pine bundles. You keep the resin, but you can sell the bundles. You can sell prism stones too. We're never going to use these. They act as markers in particularly dark areas. Sell all these souls. We've already got 3 pale tongues. That's really good. And I got 2 poison gems, which means I can sell one of them. And I got a 2nd heavy gem, so we can sell that. And I never used Twinkling Titanite in my playthrough, the way I play, so we can get rid of that. What else? I don't think I have any duplicates of anything. Nope. I have 2 arbalests, so let's sell one of those. I think that's all I want to sell for now. Oh, we can sell the exploding bolts. And I don't have any duplicate rings. Okay.
Ashen One.
Welcome, speak. Very well. Then touch, take, nourish.
And we're working towards 30 and 30. Intelligence and faith. And now we can tackle the last portion. After, of course, we burn the undead bone shard. Don't forget that. Travel back to the old Wolf of Farron, and we're going to do a kind of side path for a second. Which requires us to come up these stairs and up this elevator. Make sure you're prepped and ready to go. In fact, we're going to change up our poison bite ring. We're about to fight a small mini-boss that's actually quite difficult. Normally I would say switch back to the fire clutch ring, but he actually is fire resistant, so this is going to do more harm than good. So what I would suggest, either the Estus ring or the Chloranthy ring. In fact, I think we're going to use the Chloranthy ring. Okay. When you reach the top, exit the elevator. Dead end to the left, stairs to the right. Climb up them stairs, and there's our mini-boss. A stray demon, which may look familiar from Dark Souls 1, if anyone's privy to that game. He may be resistant to fire, but he's weak to dark, so dodge his slow but very damaging attacks. Avoid his butt stomp. Get him very close and hit him. With the dark hand. And when he falls, you get a soul of a stray demon. Loot around the area. There's what's all here: an ember, a great axe, that's nice, and 2 embers. I think that's it. Yep. And now let's head back the stairs, back down the stairs. Or no, excuse me, we gotta hit the secret part first. Go past the stairs, and on the right you'll find a crumpled section of wall that you can walk through at the very end here to get to that ledge that was on the left of the entrance. Because from here you can make it to the other side. I'll take a little bit of fall damage. And on the other side there are several hollows, but they'll be asleep until you get too close, so just stick to the wall. And 2 crystal lizards. Or is it just 1? I think it's 2. Try to get around this one, because you really don't want to trigger the other one. There's the other one. And then run and get the other one. For 2 large titanite. Awesome. And now we can loot to get another miracle, so this is required to get all the achievements. And a Dragon Crest shield, which is my personal favorite shield to use throughout the entire playthrough. So this is definitely going to be a place you want to get to. Now there's a third crystal lizard up this hill, and he's going to sprint towards some hollows. So try to chase him as best as you can. Because you get these triggered. Ah, come on. There we go. Luckily the hollows are easy to avoid and defeat. I think there's 6 in total. This one's shooting a crossbow at you. This one likes to jump and stab at you. There's 7 in total. But again, they pose minimal threat, but just make sure you don't get ganged up by them. Take care of them and you can find a dead pilgrim there, but that has nothing. So instead, come up the stairs. I don't remember, is there an item at all here, or is it just the way down? I think it's just the way down. Yeah. So here you can climb down. Do it carefully so you don't die from fall damage. But you can drop down and then return to the stairs. And we're going to take the elevator back down and rest yet again. Now I don't remember, what are the stats on that Dragon Crest shield? We need 14 strength, so we'll get to that eventually. Stick to finding 30 and 30 intelligence and faith. For now. Let's rest up. And we will tackle the remaining section of Farron Woods next time. Until then, stay safe.